Hi, Bruce from Safiery, and we're here today with our blue healer system at the back here with the induction 2000 watt smart inverter, Clark Kent battery, smart shunt, smart solar controller. Now this system connect into the hotspot on your smartphone. I'm going to demonstrate how we can access it from anywhere. So on my computer here with the new Victron Connect, I can have a local connection, and you can see these devices here, or I can go remotely, which is Victron Remote Management, and I open this up, and we're now operating through the cloud and going into that system, which is connected through to a hotspot. And what we want to do for a demo is show you how we can change any of the settings in this from anywhere. So at the moment we can see I've got one solar panel plugged in, and we're getting 195 watts coming through. Here's the history today and yesterday that's appearing, and we can see here what the battery voltage is and the panel voltage up here, the 46.06 volts. Now by clicking the gear cog in the top here, I can then go in and look at what the settings are on the solar controller, and if need be change it. So I might change this into expert mode, and once we do that change, that is now programmed. Now, you might ask, well, what's the benefit of this remote access? Once the system goes out there, it should be fine. There should be no reason to ever go and have a look at it again. Well, in the example I'm going to give you now, I've got another solar controller outside, another solar panel outside, and I'm going to connect this into it. And when I connect it into it, then we're going to see on the trends here the change in voltage and power. So let's just connect that in. And the reason why this is important, you can see we're now up to 494 watts, and you see how that's jumped up. So remotely, the reason why this is important is because a lot of customers say, can I plug in a portable solar panel? Can I plug that into this system? And will it work with my current solar controller? Can I go straight in? Using this tool, I can talk to the customers, have a look at and analyze the voltages on the different PVs of both panels, and when it's plugged in and not plugged in, and give them a meaningful answer. In this particular case, it works well. They're not exactly the same panel voltages, but you can see we're getting a huge amount of power out of that remotely. And then if I fold this down and we look at the local screen, it may be a bit hard to see, but it's showing exactly the same values over there, and it's charging the batteries. Now let's just turn the induction on. And we can see now the AC loads are building up, and let's come back and look at our screen now, and we can now have a look at the inverter. The inverter is now showing 1280 watts that's running, and so another common thing is customers will say that the inverter's tripping out, is an issue with the batteries, with the inverter, and this way we can go in and log in and have a look at exactly the power coming out of here, see what the battery voltage is with the inverter running, and see it in real time and give them advice. So the battery voltage has dropped to 12.43, and normally it's about 12.813 with this amount of load running on the inverter. We can also see exactly that panel over there, the remote console, and we can see that exactly on here as well. And by going into here, we are now seeing exactly the same value here that's on the local screen. So the customer out in the field, their complete system is visible to us here in Coomera exactly at the same time. And we can give them advice on solar, on inverter, on induction, on any other changes they want to make. We can update the firmware, and we can do quite a lot to the system. So just on the firmware update, we can go in here, see the list of devices we've got here, click the firmware update button, and we can see that the solar controller needs a device update. So we can do the update, the customer doesn't need to touch it, doesn't need to do anything. This is just fantastic. In the meantime, our induction over here, that single induction over here, you can see the steam coming off the top is boiling that water already. It's about 2 minutes for a litre of water to boil. In fact, it's boiling like crazy. So you've got a complete standalone system here, and one where we can give you 100% support all the time. How good is that?